Quebec's Bill 25 takes effect on September 1st. Prepare for a shakeup in Quebec's lodging landscape as the state gears up to take on illegal tourist accommodations. The anticipated implementation of certain provisions from Quebec's Bill 25 is set to roll out on September 1, bringing out some hefty changes for platforms like Airbnb. With Quebec's Bill 25 coming into force on September 1, the spotlight is on Airbnb and its listing practices. These new regulations target illegal accommodations head-on, requiring platforms like Airbnb to display registration numbers and certificate expiration dates for each listing. This crackdown aims to combat the widespread issue of illegal accommodations, a problem that's been prevalent in the province for a while. Recent data reveals that before the enforcement, a significant portion of Airbnb listings in Quebec were operating outside the legal boundaries. This new regulatory landscape means platforms must now walk the tightrope between hosting a thriving marketplace and ensuring adherence to the law. As authorities gear up to impose hefty fines of up to $100,000 per illegal listing, the pressure is on for Airbnb to swiftly adapt and ensure their listings align with the state's mandates. The question on everyone's minds: how will Airbnb's vast array of hosts and listings navigate this legal web and avoid the tag of illegal accommodations? Platforms flaunting the rules are about to face a financial storm. Offending sites could now be slapped with fines such as $100,000 per unlawful listing, making it a costly gamble to display accommodations that don't play by the new rulebook. Quebec's Bill 25's imminent enforcement has ushered in a new era of challenges and accountability for platforms like Airbnb. The focus is curbing illegal accommodations that have long plagued the province's lodging landscape. As the deadline looms, the spotlight is on platforms to ensure their listings comply with the new regulations. Recent data underscores the magnitude of the challenge. A substantial percentage of existing listings have been identified as potentially falling under the illegal accommodations banner. This poses a dual challenge. Platforms must adapt swiftly to display registration numbers and certificate expiration dates and take active measures to ensure their hosts follow the rules. The accountability shift also raises questions about the feasibility of monitoring and enforcing compliance across potentially thousands of listings. As the province tightens its grip, platforms like Airbnb face a pivotal moment, balancing their business models with the need to uphold the law and avoiding being swept up in the wave of illegal accommodations fines. Airbnb and its kin are notified. Listings without registration numbers and certificate expiration dates will be shown at the door. These registrations, issued by Quebec's tourism authorities, signify that an accommodation adheres to the right standards and regulations. Quebec's tourism sector is bracing for a seismic shift as the province gears up to enforce elements of Bill 25, targeting the issue of illegal accommodations. With the deadline set for September 1, the industry landscape is poised for transformation. Recent insights illuminate the extent of the problem. A significant portion of tourist accommodations have been operating outside the bounds of legality. The enforcement of Bill 25, backed by the prospect of substantial fines for illegal listings, is sending ripples through the ecosystem. As authorities take a proactive stance, platforms like Airbnb are under the microscope to revamp their operations. Hosts are grappling with the task of ensuring compliance with the new regulations to avoid falling into the illegal accommodations category. The tourism industry's future hinges on these changes, promising a resurgence of confidence among travelers and bolstering the appeal of legitimate accommodations. With the crackdown, a new era of transparency and accountability dawns, as Quebec's tourism sector redefines itself in the face of the illegal accommodations challenge. Tourism Minister Caroline Prue isn't mincing words. She's got a message for big-name platforms with sprawling listings. Revenue Quebec will keep a watchful eye come September 1. No more under-the-radar maneuvers for those with thousands of listings on display. As Quebec's Bill 25 aims to crack down on illegal accommodations, all eyes are on Airbnb and its strategies for compliance. The platform faces a critical juncture as it navigates the new regulations and strives to avoid housing listings that could be deemed illegal accommodations. Recent observations suggest that Airbnb is at a crossroads. The platform's response to these regulations will shape its standing in the province's lodging landscape. Data highlights the prevalence of accommodations currently considered illegal under the new rules. Airbnb's compliance strategies will likely be multifaceted, involving adjustments to its user interface, to display the required registration numbers and certificate expiration dates. The platform's communication with its hosts also comes into focus, as ensuring host compliance becomes paramount to sidestep the looming threat of fines. As the deadline looms, the spotlight is on Airbnb's capacity to strike a balance between its business model and the new era of legal accountability, preventing its listings from being swept into the realm of illegal accommodations, and maintaining its position as a preferred choice for travelers seeking legitimate stays. Bill 100, passed in 2022, laid down the law on registering short-term rentals. But the numbers don't lie. Only 30% of the spring's accommodation listings were playing by the rules. The city of Montreal even launched a special squad to combat the surge of non-compliant rentals. With Quebec's Bill 25 ramping up efforts against illegal accommodations, the spotlight shifts to the financial repercussions for platforms like Airbnb. The legislation highlights the significant fines that could be imposed on those displaying unlawful listings. Recent information paints a stark picture. Many existing listings potentially fall under the new regulations' illegal accommodations category. This prompts a crucial question. How will platforms like Airbnb avoid the financial sting of the hefty fines that could reach up to $100,000 per illegal listing? As the deadline for enforcement draws closer, platforms are under increasing pressure to act swiftly. Airbnb and its peers must tread carefully to ensure their listings meet the new legal criteria, evading the financial fallout tied to illegal accommodations. This shift not only reshapes the financial landscape for platforms, but also underscores the heightened importance of compliance to avoid being entangled in the web of fines associated with the unlawful listings. Airbnb's been tossing the responsibility ball to the government, claiming it's their duty to keep tabs on rule following. But Minister Prue is stepping up with a counter. The new regulations will shift the focus to the hosting platforms, holding them accountable for ensuring compliance across the board. Prue's message is crystal clear. If platforms dare to flaunt the rules, they'll face the music and fines. Each illegal ad could mean a fine, with no mercy for bulk postings. Get ready for a new game with some serious consequences. Premier François Legault's directive to Prue is straightforward. Let's boost those tourism revenues. The backbone of the industry, the hotels, are set to reap the benefits of these measures. The new crackdown is poised to pave the way for Quebec's stronger, more rule-abiding tourism sector. So as the clock ticks towards September 1, the stage is set for a showdown between platforms and authorities. Will Airbnb and its digital peers rise to the challenge and comply? Or will the fines pile up? Only time will tell in this high-stakes game of accommodations cat and mouse. Stay tuned for the grand unveiling of Quebec's accommodation shakeup. What will you surely remember from this information we have for you? Comment down below and share it with us. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. See you next time.